think you're thinking of a Yep, until you get some sort of radio input to verify that's you want to go test the mic, make sure that works good. Because it's a German company. Sure.
These ones?
Yep, you gotta get really close to that line with yourself.
Testing, testing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, we're all set here.
Last thing, absolute dead last thing of importance is that music. But
Good thing we didn't need this because this splits the wrong way. This takes input and makes one output. And it splits instead. It's a good thing we didn't need it. I'm like, I don't think we'll need it, but I had you order it. That's your slogan.
hey, it's good to have.
That's still your slogan. Maybe people sometimes you have to further because it's like the what
So this view right here, when the
Bad view.
yeah.
Camera got turned around.
Okay, so but if we turn it like this, is it going to catch him pretty okay? Like if we're standing here? Okay.
A little more to the right.
A little bit more to the right. How's that? So webcam is out or
Webcam is not
I like the idea.
We can move that anywhere we want to.
for about 2 weeks.
What if we moved it right there? We just need to use some gaffer feet to.
So we're not capturing the people here?
No, we'll catch that with this. Yeah. We'll get audience views with that.
Yeah, we come right here and look at how this
Clint says as soon as we can, we should have radio transmission so they can see us.
Then if you want to click on the first scene.
Webcam?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So that's your Sony.
That looks good. I think I'm going to get a little bench with the shorter kids. You know what? Let's test something. Oliver, could you come here for a second? Okay, he's our shortest participant. So I want you to see how much of him you don't see. Go ahead and step right up here, bud. How much of him do you not see?
I just see that from his lip.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like a stepped stool thing for them to step up onto. We're not going to mess with the mic.
That's why I try to put this thing as high as possible so we can down in.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, thanks, Oliver. We'll need you again in a minute. I'm going to go find a bench or something.
It's not necessarily difficult. It's just the same thing with mine. Like nothing I did was capable on my engine, but it took me like 3 days to have like and a garage that's
Okay, Oliver, come back up here, bud. Okay, go ahead and step on that top one. See if we. What, Hayden?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
He's almost too tall.
Okay. So we'll just.
Captures all of it though, tall or short.
Okay, good. That's all right. All right, I'm just going to step in this position here until.
Now we're chilling.
You're still waiting for radio stuff?
I'm still waiting to use the radio input so I can make sure that works.
This is not this is check.
I think they know that. I've got to go change my shirt.
We don't even we know the checks.
No, break the bridge. Kids are going to come in and rehearse about 10:30.
Look at this, Mr. Thompson. Yep. So
We good on audio for radios?
I'm still waiting on them to verify here. And then I can
We'll have some transmissions coming up here soon. So. We have gas now, right?
That's what I'm saying. With the governor, like, it cuts power. That's how it works. And so if it lets off and gets accelerated.
it's loaded to cap, so we can still try.
106 as opposed to
Well, 193. Would that be your phone?
Yeah, we can listen, right?
I miss my number.
Yeah, let me do that. Well, we don't know.
No, I guess we thought that we were in parking lot later. I was going down Highway 36 and the left lane dead center. And so I just took out the whole left of the car. So I felt like by the time I had slowed down, I was like 45, 40 because it's a 60-mile per hour zone. Dead center for the brakes. So that actually sucks. Yeah, no more contact.
The problem is I get a 192. Is that usually when your phone gets
Well,
filled
mine
up?
was quick. For a 2001, it was pretty fast.
Okay, password.
It had a week to like 10. I've had a bad alternator and a bad steering wheel. That's why I want the dash to make sure that it's not burnt. Yeah, the other guy just threw all of it in. How far you extract.
Says it's got a green dye.
Very clean.
Says it's straight above. Yeah, it's there. Oh, we didn't plug this in.
Whiskey 7 Charlie Bravo Lima from Community Learning Center in Tooele, Utah. Whiskey 7 Charlie Bravo Lima.
Headed to assist 92 degrees.
W7CBL. W7CBL.
I'm 18 too. There's Acres.
So, I mean, they wouldn't have that repeater on.
They, and when we did, they did, but it's been on. It's probably on the frequency that we're going to contact them on.
Should we do that?
Well, unless
the Spirit, we can all go and walk with the Lord, with the cross of a broken heart. Back to the law from where you know you came. Talk with the Lord about your life and you'll learn your part. Peace to the children of His sacred name.
He did. What's that? Okay, we got to get off this. Hold on. How do you get it back to memory? Go to 4. He's going to do that at 10:30.
We can start.
Okay, I will go up.
Let's see.
I think we do want to do this.
Hey, Chelsea, can you come up here for a second? I need to see how tall you are. Whether you need that. Hayden, is she good on the primary mic?
So,
One,
what
two.
are we gonna do? We need to lower this.
You lower the boom? Yeah.
Yeah, let's lower the boom on her.
Okay, you're going to be right about there when you talk.
Okay.
So, yep. Are we ready?
Kevin's going out now.
Okay. W7CBL, W7CBL for a audio test.
I heard you. Your audio was a little low.
That's right. Okay. Now, what I'm going to have you do is ask your question.
Okay. My first one?
Yeah.
N7 ARC seat copy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is Chelsea. What happens when you cry in 0G? Over.
That's a good question. I have no idea a good answer for that one. This is N7 ARC testing.
Nice. Loud and clear. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get Oliver. Come on up here, buddy. Thanks, Chelsea.
Yep.
N7 ARC test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Get your face as close as you can. Okay, say your question.
What is the strangest thing you've seen in space?
Hi, the strangest thing I have seen in space are satellites flying by.
Okay.
And remember to say over afterwards.
Okay.
N7 ARC.
Kevin, is this sounding good still?
Yeah, that sounds good there. Both of them sounded good. You can definitely hear a bit of echo from the room. Sounds good. How am I sounding there?
Yeah, you're sounding really good here. We're going to try one more real quick. Grace. All right. You want to get your mouth just about an inch away from that microphone and ask your question just as it was written. Okay?
Right here?
Yeah, right here, but go down a little bit further. Okay, go ahead.
This is Grace.
I forgot it.
That's all right. Say, I forgot my question. Over.
I forgot my question. Over.
Hello, Grace. Sorry you forgot your question. But I'll give you an answer. It's 5.
All right, do we want to test any more for now, or are we good for now, Kevin?
Yeah, Howard, if everything's sounding good in there, I think we're good.
Everything sounds good, but let me ask our streamers.
Roger, roger.
All right, Hayden says the stream is sounding fine. Radio's coming in just fine.
Okay, thanks. N7 Archie.
They might be getting ready for it.
Okay, good, Hayden. Good. Yeah, go feel free to get pictures, buddy.
Just right by the stage.
Yeah. Or on it or whatever. You do whatever you need to do.
Roland. Roland.
Turn off, I'm pretty sure I can turn that off here. There's just background.
He's going to cut whatever sound he can. So that's what they're going to do. Is on background. Switching to
I think it's left. Thank you. It doesn't tap all week. We've watched the stats on the outside. They have a channel 14 on the radio. Yeah, 14's the main. If he says go 13, then that means we got to change to channel 13. But there's 7 frequencies per channel.
I want to do one
Do we need to tape down this cable? They'll trap on. Do you want to tape it?
We might take that, yeah.
Where's the fan?
I'm just going to tell you where we end up. There's probably 8 things that
It's interesting. Oh, APRS is here. Yeah, see, it's no beacon telemetry. The only thing I heard on it was an APRS. This, yeah, on the ISS. It looks like it was actually on the 4th. That's when we set up, right? And then it just went dead when we were trying. So we're hearing the telemetry. So what we're going to do is right now, because we're going to load. Load the ISS, which is the ways away. 1 hour, 19 minutes. Take that, I've already told it to start tracking, so it doesn't need internet. We can keep it. It says 1 hour, 29 minutes. We're lost. It shows 10 minutes now. This is showing 11:42 to 11:52. So I'm showing 11:42 to 11:53. For the real one. I mean, those are not, okay, we're disconnected. Okay, so good. I'm going to go find the restroom.
No, probably not a bad time to use the facilities.
Keep the confusion. But I looked at it, the diamond was green, and I go, that's what's being recorded. Everything else is snacks.
So we got your 10.
We're in 10. Let me check.
Okay, so we had a green diamond. Probably our switch. We're still switching to contact. I wonder why we got a green diamond.
Oh no. Oh, it's in that mode. I've lost it. Oh, it's got it. It's got it.
Okay, I'm gonna try this line right there.
Okay.
Right, but we didn't hear anything. I was just trying to square it in my green diamond.
Oh, that's 5 and 6. So Clint, just get them, move them out, and then have them ready. The minute you hear the
And 7 RXC.
Okay, we're gonna do a real quick run through, guys. Okay, here's how it's gonna work. I'll just tell you you're going to want to get your mouth about this close to the microphone. You're not going to have time to adjust it, okay? So we're going to have the step stool for those who need it, okay? But we don't have time to put this up and down. So just do your best with it. You're going to get in here, and then you're going to, I'm going to tell you, you're going to hear me click this. When you hear me click this, that's when you ask your question, right? Make sure you're saying your name, make sure you're saying it, okay? Once you ask your question, I need you to move over like this and stand right here. So when somebody asks your first question, you move over here until the astronaut's done talking, okay? When Sylvia moves, the next one, which is calling her chase. So when one of you is right here, or goes over here, the next one up, right here, ready to go, okay? Okay, so take your line up in your order here. Sylvia is first. Your number is on your card. So Sylvia, go ahead and get right here.
And 7, RXC testing.
So and get kind of close to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, taters, 5. Okay. 6, go ahead over. Chelsea to 7. Okay. Fall in behind her as you go. Okay, we'll have all 16 here. Okay, everyone in line. All right. W7CBL, you ready for a test, Kevin?
This is N7RXC in the closet, pretending to be the ISS. Go ahead.
All right, we'll get here started shortly. Sylvia, go ahead.
This is Sylvia, KK7, SEO. What was the hardest part of your training to become an astronaut? Over.
Yeah, my hardest part of my training was having to go underwater in a spacesuit, but I made it, and it was pretty darn cool, and that's how it rolls. This is N7RXC testing.
This is Chase, KK7 SEE. What is the coolest tool or piece of technology used on station? Over.
That would be the 3D printer, because we can print parts and make things where before we had to wait until they sent them up on a shuttle.
This is Colin, KK7 SED. What immediate physical effects did being in space for the first time have on you? Over.
Yeah, getting used to floating around is pretty unreal. You kind of train for it, but you never know what it's like until you get here.
This is Chris. How would zero-G affect the flight of a paper airplane? Over.
Yeah, it'll just float away, and you'll have to go find it. It's kind of interesting how physics takes a different look when you're up here on this station. N7RXC testing.
This is Tater. Which diseases or disorders are you at more risk for in space? Over.
Hey, Tater, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that one, but I'm hopeful the astronaut will.
Okay. This is Oliver. What is the strangest thing you've seen in space? Over.
Yes, the strangest thing I've seen in space is looking out the window and seeing objects fly by, either close, at a distance. Sometimes you can tell they're a satellite, and sometimes you have no idea what they are. Over.
This is Chelsea. What happens when you cry in 0G? Over.
Yes, when you cry, your tears kind of float down on your face, and then if they get in the air, they float away.
This is Grace. How does zero gravity affect blood flow? Over.
Yeah, that's a good question on blood flow. I am not quite sure the answer on that one, but again, the astronaut should have a great answer because I think they do research on those kind of questions all the time. Over.
This is Nicholas, KK7 SEP. If you could design a new module for the ISS, what would its primary purpose be? Over.
Yeah, a new module. I would make a dance party place with flashing lights and music so you could go in and dance around and have a good time and blow off some steam after being inside. So it'd be a recreation area. Go ahead.
This is Abby. What challenges do you face on a daily basis that are unique to living in space? Over.
Yeah, sleeping, there is no lying down because you're in zero gravity. So sleeping vertically or upside down or whatever, you just don't know which way is up. Go ahead.
This is Aaliyah. What advice do you give students aspiring to a career in space exploration? Over.
Yeah, one of the first classes you can take that's really good is get some knowledge of physics. You can get that in your school. You can even find some really cool physics experiments and things on the internet. That's where I would start, is with physics. Go ahead.
This is Marcus, KK7LJI. How do you determine who gets to pick the movie on movie night? Over.
Yeah, well, NASA picks it for us. It's all scheduled, so we have no say. I actually have no idea. N7RXE, that's a great question, though.
This is Emery. How do you celebrate holidays on the ISS? Over.
Yeah, we can't have a candle in the ISS, but we can make a call down to our family, and so that makes it really, really nice. So we can do some cool things along celebrating there, and obviously I've got good friends here, up here in the closet with me, so we can have a good time.
This is Jerry. How long does it take to get used to sleeping in space? Over.
I don't know the answer to that one, but I'm hopeful that they will have a good answer for you because that is a very interesting question there. Go ahead.
Okay. This is Jake. How often do you get to hear from your families? Over.
Yeah, Jake. Most of the time we can do that once a week, and we get email. It's slow, so we don't have high-speed internet for gaming, but we can get emails and we can do some like phone calls using similar radio technology that you're using to talk to me today. Go ahead.
All right, Kevin, that was the last question. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through again now that they've got a feel for how this goes. This one we're going to time. If somebody can time this one, I'd appreciate it as soon as we start. Stand by.
Okay, I'm going to bring up my timer as well because I guarantee my answers are not the same as theirs will be. Length.
Okay. All right, so guys.
I thought the flow was really good though.
Hold on one second. I'm going to turn
N7RXE.
Just make sure. One thing I noticed, guys, make sure as soon as the person in front of you has stepped aside, get straight up there close to that microphone. You need to be a little bit quicker on that draw, okay? All right, let's do this again. W7CBL, ready to go. Go ahead, Sylvia.
This is Sylvia, KK7SEO. What was the hardest part of your training to become an astronaut? Over.
Yeah, the hardest part of my training to become an astronaut was having to be in the training facility all the time, day and night, having a good time there, but also all the different rigorous things they put us through, like putting us in a suit and underwater, and also practicing spacewalks underwater, because water is the best thing. So that was the hardest part. And when you got those big gloves on, it takes a bit of practice.
This is Chase, KK7SEE. What was the coolest piece of technology you use on station? Over.
Yeah, my tablet. How's that? My tablet has instructions, tells me how to do things, how to make the right switches. It has stuff about the experiments we're working on and where I can record my research, and can also use it to answer and send email. Go ahead.
This is Colin, KK7SED. What immediate physical effects did being in space for the first time have on you? Over.
Yeah, you feel like you're nausea all the time, and so you're floating around, stomach's a little, just kind of there. So It's kind of interesting to get used to, and it takes a little bit of time, even though you practice. Go ahead.
This is Chris. How would zero-G affect the flight of a paper airplane? Over.
Yeah, zero G. So if we remember from our physics, there's no gravity. So in my opinion, having never been in zero G, I think it would just float away, and you have to be careful because things float away and you got to go find them. So it might bounce into things, but it's just going to stay floating.
This is Tater. Which diseases or disorders are you at more risk for in space? Over.
Yeah, that's an interesting question about diseases. And again, Tater, I have no clue. But I saw the video of you back in, I think it was in Florida, asking questions as well. So this is cool.
This is Oliver. What is the strangest thing you've seen in space? Over.
Yes, Oliver. Since we're above the Earth, we can look down and see all the lightning that happens. And sometimes there's some strange phenomena that comes even higher, kind of like the Northern Lights, but it's really weird, and I don't have an answer for what it is. I'm pretty good at making this stuff up, aren't I, in 7RXE?
This is Chelsea. What happens when you cry in zero G? Over.
Yeah, it's just kind of like maybe you spilled a couple of drops of water. Once it kind of comes off your face, it'll just float. And it'll float around. You have to go try to capture it out. Otherwise, it's just going to be floating around. And sometimes you don't. That's not a good thing to have, is water floating around.
This is Grace. How does zero gravity affect blood flow? Over.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the answer to that one, but hopeful again that our astronaut will have studied that. And I know they do studies on themselves because I've watched other astronaut contacts where they've talked about doing experiments on themselves. So I'm thinking they probably have a good idea and will have an awesome answer for you.
This is Nicholas, KK7SEP. If you could design a new module for the ISS, what would its primary purpose be? Over.
Yeah, I think surround sound movie theater sounds good, right? Where we could play some games. You could even connect back to your friends on Earth and play some Minecraft or some other kind of cool games and stuff. So I would design a theater game room where the astronauts could go and chill.
This is Abby. What challenges do you face on a daily basis that are unique to living in space? Over.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge I face is you just don't walk up here. You're in zero gravity, so you float around, and sometimes they tell us, we got to do exercise on our treadmills so we don't lose our ability to walk and muscle strength when we get back on Earth. Because some of us are up here for a while, but it'll be cool to see what the astronaut says. Go ahead.
This is Aaliyah. What advice do you give to students aspiring to a career in space exploration? Over.
My best advice is just to go for it. Put that as your goal and your dream, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. And then the next thing is you got to do good in school. You have to take some physics and some math so you kind of understand astronaut things and how the universe works, and then things like that. So, but up in space, there's different types of scientists that come up here. So having something as a career that you can do that would be useful to test or research in space would be awesome.
This is Marcus, KK7LJI. How do you determine who gets to pick the movies on movie night? Over.
Yeah. Well, we try to flip a coin, but it doesn't work in space. So we do rock, paper, scissors.
Hey, this is Emery. How do you celebrate holidays on the ISS? Over.
Yeah, most of the time we're working. Some of us are up here on Christmas or July 4th, or some of us are celebrating international or maybe other holidays. So the nice thing is we usually get an opportunity to talk to our families through some radio means.
This is Jerry. How long does it take to get used to sleeping in space? Over.
Yeah, that's a good question. don't know the answer to that, but I guess we could guess. But I'm hopeful the astronaut you get to talk to and ask that question to will have a great answer.
This is Jake. How often do you get to hear from your families? Over.
Yeah, Jake, that's a great question. Every week, once a week, we get to hear from our families, but we also have email, so we can email back and forth, and that makes it fun. Can't check it all the time during the day because we're busy, but we have some free time to do that.
Okay, Kevin, that wraps it up. That's all our questions. Okay, it looks like we were just under 7 minutes, so I think we're good.
Yeah, we'll see how his answers are. I tried to elongate them out a bit.
Sounds good. W7CBL clear.
And 7RXE.
Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. One thing I will just be, we're quicker this time. Just be even quicker. Like just right in. Listen for my click. As soon as I click, start talking. Okay.
That's true.
And I guess one of the most important things that we have to take here is that the stool is not here when everyone else is. Okay, guys, I think you can go ahead and have a seat. The idea is that they need to be up here and they're kind of hesitant, but up here and really, really close to the mic.
Yeah.
When the astronaut's answering. So.
Okay, perfect.
Procrastinator Cosmo Girls.
Are you anticipating getting to their second question? Anything else I can help you with?
No, I don't think so.
Please let me know. I'm assuming you guys are so
Testing house audio. That sounds good.
They don't talk very well. Where are our students? Hey, Tater, come here a second. I'm Kevin. I need you to just talk in that mic. Ask your question one more time. Get on the stool. Whoops, the other
Let's
side.
flip around. Yeah, there you go.
This is Tater. Which diseases or disorders are you at more risk for in space? Over.
That sounds good. You're getting the audio from the radio as well? Good deal. We're all set?
I'm not sure if I'm liking it. That's
What are you trying to do? So this, you're trying to point it kind of more this way?
Your thing doesn't talk. You need otherwise.
I'm running the radio. I would.
We are connected, because I just told it to go to 0, 0.
All right, everybody, we're planning for an 11 a.m. live stream start. The contact takes place at about 11:43, so we're going to start our stream at 11, okay? For the first 10 minutes or so of that stream, no one will be visible, okay? We're showing a tracking map of the ISS, but at 11:15, we're going to start what we're going to call the assembly, okay? And then I'll give you some instructions and some information, and then we'll line everybody up. And but yeah, plan for, if anyone was asking about the stream should start at about 11, assuming we get somebody here from a district who can start that for us. We're just waiting for them, right?
Yep, we're just waiting.